Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today we're going to be doing a story time.
We just wanted to connect with you guys a little bit.
Today we're going to be doing a
one-on-one.
Yeah, we want to do just like a one-on-one story time with you guys about our first date, what was going through our heads before the date, and how we prepared for it, and then like what actually happened on the date and everything. So there's some juicy little details in there, so stay tuned. And our coffee, of course.
And our coffee. Cheers.
Cheers. If you guys want to keep seeing videos like this, story times, because we will be doing more in the future.
We got plenty.
Yes, we have plenty of story times to share with you guys, so make sure that you guys are subscribed and you have your post notifications turned on so you never miss an upload.
And if you haven't already, go to destinyandmitch.com. That's our blog where I write blogs about certain things, about the YouTube videos that we do, behind the scenes stuff, little things that I think about that are just like kind of unique to me and Destiny and how we think about things.
Good stuff.
Yep. And there is a little subscription list that you can sign up to so you never have to miss a blog either. So yeah.
All of our other social medias will be linked in the description box below, and let's just get into this story time.
All right, so this first date is how we first kind of kicked it off. So how we met wasn't necessarily this first date, so if you haven't already checked out the How We Met video, go and check that out. We'll link it down below, because that really led up to our first date, because we knew each other for a year. So How We Met is not necessarily this at all. This is completely different. And I was nervous, because...
For the first date?
Well, because I didn't even know it was a date. You know, I was so dumb.
What?
I was so stupid with this. Because, well, remember, you said, hey, you want to talk about theology?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, and okay, she told me that she was a reporter too. Or she wanted to be a reporter,
Yeah.
right? And I'm sitting there like, does she just want to interview me? Does she want to go on a date? I was so dumb, and maybe I'm like not alone in this with other guys. But I was questioning with my parents, and my sister and my mother were like, Mitch, she asked you out. Like she wants to go on a date with you. And,
oh my gosh.
And like even in the date, you know, I mentioned going to a movie with her and stuff, and even then I was just like, well, no, she might not just like me, you know, she just might want to interview me for a theology story. I don't know, I was so stupid.
What?
So I was nervous, and so I came dressed to impress. I had my nicest polo shirt on. That she still loves to this day.
I love that shirt.
And geez, when I saw you. But so that's way too much right now. So where do we go first though?
So we went to Cafe Latte, which is like a cafe.
It's a cafe with lattes.
Literally. But it's actually more like an upscale cafe. Like they have like lunch food, and they have like a bakery with like really like nice cakes and all that stuff. That's beside the point, but that's where we met. So of course I showed up a little late to the date. Well, Mitch got there first.
I got there first.
But I was just like driving around for like 10 minutes trying to find parking, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst first impression. Like, I'm late, you know? So he was waiting. What were you thinking while you were waiting? Were you nervous?
Well, of course. Yeah. Like, I spent so long like getting ready, and I never do that because I was just like, nope, no, I look like a dork. Nope, I look like a dork. And, no, and didn't you kind of do something like that too? Not like where you got ready with your...
Oh, yeah, I was asking my cousin, like, the day
Yeah.
before, because it was the day before the date, and she was over, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to wear. She's like, well, first of all, don't wear shorts, because that is just, like, not a good look on the first date. You don't want to look like you already know. But I wore my Jesus sandals. I wore my nice Jesus sandals. I painted my toes blue. Like, so much thought went into, like, what I was wearing, because I didn't want to leave a bad
what you were wearing.
impression.
Oh my gosh, she walked around the corner because I was sitting in like a bench in the hall. It was because it was kind of in like a mall type thing, and so it was one of the shops in the mall. Like on the outside, it was on the corner of the street, but you had to walk into a mall to get into the door. And I was sitting on a bench outside the door, and I just see her walking up, and I don't know if I didn't click that she never had a wig before this.
It
Because
wasn't a wig.
No, it was.
I had a sew-in. I've never
A sew-in.
worn a wig.
What? Well, okay.
It's not the same thing.
I'm so bad with those.
It's okay.
Okay, so a sew-in, and she didn't have one before. I didn't think, but she came through, and it was almost like one of those movies where like her hair came swooping at the side, and like it was like a slow-mo action, and like my eyes just kind of opened up. She had like a army, or not army, but like a
a camouflage
shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite pants I still love today. And she was just so beautiful, and like immediately I was like, there's no way she wants to go on a date with me. There's no way. She's way too beautiful, out of my league.
Oh
no
my
way
God.
does she want to go on a date with me. Like I was taken back with how beautiful she was. So we get up there. We'll skip past the whole getting up to actually talking. We get up to the table. And this place is, again, it's kind of more sophisticated.
Yeah, it's kind of like a restaurant cafe, not just like a coffee shop or something like that.
Yeah. And so there's paintings all around. And during this time, I knew that she was going to class. She had a class that was about, art appreciation or something like that. And so every time I thought the conversation was coming to like an end, I was be like, so what do you appreciate about that painting?
Now that I look back on it, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But I just went along with it, obviously. Yeah.
We just wanted to talk, because again, we talked for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
I had work at 3 in the morning, and I stayed there until, 8:30 or 9. Didn't get home until like 10. And she kept saying, do you want to go? I know you have work. And I was just like, no, this is way better than sleeping.
I know, I felt so bad.
No, and
that was also me just trying to, I was nervous that we would run out of things to talk about, so I'm like, you can leave if you want.
But we really didn't. We talked about really everything.
Literally everything.
Theology was talked about a little bit. Just a smidgen.
Just a smidgen.
I don't know. After that date, I left. I was sweating.
I'm sure you
I was
were.
sweating.
Oh my goodness.
Walking back to that car, though, I wasn't outwardly smiling, but in my head, I was so happy, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to let out that I was when you're walking and people just see someone smiling.
Yeah.
So you're just like, okay, something's wrong with that dude.
Right.
So I was inwardly smiling and just so happy. And I was like, that went well. That went well.
This was during the date. He asked me if I wanted to go see a movie. We were talking about a new movie that came out or something. And then that's when he...
It was a scary movie.
Yeah. We'll save that story time for another video. Because that's that's going to be a good one. Especially the ending part. What happened after the movie.
That is actually a really great story.
It's literally
yeah,
a movie fairy tale.
And we didn't kiss this first date. We didn't kiss until probably the 3rd date. Right?
No, the second.
On the second date?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, yep, we got some good story time. So
we got some good
again,
story time.
Subscribe and be ready. Because, again, we have that 20 and 20 coming up if you guys have watched our other videos. 20 and 20 just means we're doing 20 videos in 20 days. Once my internship ends, we'll be doing it every single day. Just about any type of video you want. Vlogs, pranks, challenges, things like that.
Story time, sit downs.
Yep.
You name it.
Yep.
I feel like
about this person.
I don't know. We touched on literally everything.
It was more just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
What do you like? What do I like? I learned that her favorite color was green. I learned that her favorite number was 17. I learned that she was Christian, but didn't know what type of Christian.
Yeah, I think this was also around the time I was hanging around my cousins who were pretty religious.
Yep, I touched on why I was converting. Because we started, our first date was July 31st. And we use August 1st as our anniversary, solely because we wanted to celebrate the months leading up to the year.
Yeah.
And not every month had a 31st.
Days,
So we just did it the 1st. And then I converted pretty much exactly a month later on August 31st. I actually converted the day that her nephew was born, which is kind of cool.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Sad, I wasn't there for you. I'm sorry.
You didn't even text me.
I didn't? I didn't text you? I'm so sorry!
That was the...
Oh, when we weren't talking for like 5 days.
Yeah.
I think I was waiting for you to text me.
I was waiting for you to text me.
My nephew was born.
I was converting. See, it wasn't all a linear line to us dating. No, there was definitely
not.
there's definitely some hiccups, some speed bumps, some hurdles to jump over.
Yep.
Some road flares to shoot, some POS signs to make.
I also want to add that at the end of our date, because I remember I was going to like Duluth the next day, or it was like the next day or the next 2 days, and we were saying bye, and he was like, "Wait, did you ask me to send you pictures, or you just no?"
I wouldn't have done that. No. That would have been way too like forward.
So send me some pictures while you're up there. Not okay. That that comes out so wrong.
Yeah, no.
But like scenery pictures.
No, but she did send me pictures though of like what Duluth looked like, because during our talk she found out that I really love just nature in general.
Yeah.
I think nature is just so beautiful. There's so much to learn about it, and I will be doing a post today about that. So again, destinyandmitch.com. Real simple. Go and check it out. And so she just sent me those because obviously she liked me. She liked me before we went out.
Yeah.
Right? She liked me.
I loved him.
She liked me. Yeah, she literally says to this day it was love at first sight. And I just remember thinking she was very beautiful. Right? Because, again, I was thinking the whole time she didn't like me. She thought I was, like, just weird. Because I said good morning to her every morning, even though she didn't say it really necessarily back, you know. Or when she did, it was just like, morning.
I didn't want to say the wrong thing. Or I didn't want it to be like the wrong tone. But in the end, it came off wrong anyway. But I couldn't wait to get to
That is a great lesson.
What?
You know, when you're trying to hide who you really are, you come off as a way that you really aren't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that seems just like intuitive, but people always try to, you know, hide themselves. But, you know, I said good morning. I thought she thought I was like a dweeb, nerd, loser. And
I was in love with you.
Yeah, and I just thought she was very beautiful. I was just like, yeah, she's very attractive. Because I remember Hannah, you know, when she mentioned that we should go out, this was before the first date, I was just like, oh yeah, she's cute, you know, and I was just, she made me start like thinking about it more, and then all of a sudden, like a week later, she texts me, and I'm just like, okay.
But I couldn't wait to get to Duluth. Like, literally, that's all I could think about, because I was like, okay, the next time, I'm not going to text him directly after the date, because I didn't want to come off as, like...
I was waiting 3 days regardless. I wasn't seeming desperate.
I didn't want to come off as, like, clingy or whatever, so I waited a couple days. And when we got to Duluth, I was just like, I can't wait till it hits, like, sunset, so I could take a nice picture.
Oh, that's what it was. We both love sunsets and stuff. Yep, okay.
Yeah, because we were talking about, we'll go to, like, the Witch's Hat Tower and, like, watch the sunset and stuff. And I just could not.
Witch's Hat Tower. If you're in Minnesota, go look at it.
I just could not wait to send him that picture. And from there, literally, I think from there, everything just like...
We started texting every day.
Like, literally, we would text novels to each other, like, about everything. It was so crazy. I can't even believe that.
And then we eventually talked on the phone a bunch.
Yeah.
And that was very nervous for me because...
Me too.
I am an introvert. I can talk a lot if you entertain it, you know, like I can talk a lot about a lot of things, but if I sense that you are like getting bored, I shut down and like I can't, you know, like just because I'm like, all right, well, why am I talking if you don't want to listen? People have very short attention spans now, and so it's very difficult for me, who does have I think I have a longer attention span than most, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and I can stay on topic for a very long time, too long, like I'm doing right now. That was nerve-wracking for me to talk to her on the phone because I was like, what? When I can't,
nothing to talk about.
When I can't do my hand motions and like really get my body working in on what I'm saying and stuff, you know, I feel like I'm boring. Probably was for a little bit. No?
No, because we talked for like hours at a time, so.
And I had not done that with anyone except for my best friend in 7th grade.
Oh,
Or
Derek.
6th grade. Yeah, Derek. Well, best friend to this day. Derek, if you're watching, we love you. And that's what led us here. You know.
That's what led us to 2 years of marriage.
Marriage.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay, and this is let's just comment on this a little bit. People might think still that we're married because people in the comments thought that we were.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, we're not married.
We're not married.
We would be if we were rich. We would be married if we were rich. You know, like getting married is very expensive.
It is.
It's not like it used to be. And this is why I bought her this ring. Because I am fully committed to her, though, and we're fully committed to each other. And just because we haven't done the $30,000 marriage yet doesn't mean that we aren't committed in full unity under God. Because we did that to ourselves. You know,
Yeah.
we committed ourselves to God already. And, you know, some of you out there may not, like, agree with me, but I think that that is just as important as a ceremonial marriage. Because, well, you have to do that to get to a ceremonial marriage, but you know, we've done our part to say that, you know, we're not just in this until it becomes inconvenient for us. I mean, during the bad times, the hard times, the good times, we are together and we treat each other with utmost respect, and we are committed under God again to do that. You know, we're not playing around here, folks. This is serious. Yeah, I mean, we actually do read the Bible all the time, you know, and we actually do talk about what God wants of us. We pray before every meal. You know, we are in this together, and until we have kids, and until everything, you know,
Until
this is all right.
death do us part.
Exactly. So there's my rant about my love for my wife.
Also, just to put this out there, we're not having a $30,000 wedding.
I know. Well, yeah, I know, but what we want to do is we want to have the wedding very cheap. Have like our family there, you know, maybe some close friends, maybe, you know, I don't know. We want it very small though, and we want to have a very grand honeymoon.
Yeah, we want to go to like at least 2 different places.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince Mitch 3. We want to go on like
I want 3.
We want to go, yeah.
Yeah.
We want to go on like a months-long honeymoon, maybe to like 3 places. I really want to go to Hawaii.
It would be cool to go to Greece.
Yeah.
Just because I want to hit like the main spots, just to say like. Obviously, there's other places that are cool, but the main spots just say like, yeah, we spent our honeymoon there, and we had like the best views. So like Hawaii, obviously Greece.
Maybe like Paris or something.
Paris, you know, maybe not a coastal place, you know, or something.
Yeah.
You always hear Fiji, you know.
Yep.
All right, but since we are just rambling on about
other
things,
stuff
yeah,
not
that,
related to the topic.
Exactly, that aren't our first date, we'll end it there. We'll save another story time for another day. Once again, go subscribe, hit the notifications. DestinyandMitch.com is our blog. Twitter handle Mitch_Destiny. Instagram DE. No, I'm just kidding. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Sorry. And we'll see you guys in our next video.